Every time you start a new project in Game Vision, you have two options. One of them is to load the full complete project, and the second one is to load only the video editing option. For this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how the complete project works here. When you choose the complete project, you'll have the template options here to make things easier. These templates help create the buttons on the side there, so you can tag events and mark the actions in the game. For this tutorial, I'm going to choose the full match analysis panel here. When you start the project for the first time, you'll have this option to mark events starting from the end of the event. In other words, you watch the match. And when the event you want to mark is finished, you press the keyboard shortcut or the corresponding button. You press it just once, and it will define the beginning according to the default setting. In practice, everything will be easier. You also have a second option, which is pressing the capture button twice, once when the play starts and the second time when the play ends. With one method here, you get faster editing, which would be this first option. And here, with the second one, you get more precise editing. It already comes out ready for you to export the clips. Let's start here with the first option, marking by the end. Here on my right are the buttons from the match analysis template I chose. I'm going to import the video I want to analyze. And to mark events, I have two options. First, here we have a set piece situation. So I'm going to play the video, I'll press play, and wait for the action to finish. Now that it's finished, I have two options to mark the event. One of them is pressing the keyboard shortcut. So here, in my case, I have an Arsenal set piece. It's here, set piece is F7. Either I click this button or I press the keyboard shortcut that is shown here. In my case here, I'm going to click the button. You'll notice that the cut has already been registered and it has these options here. If I go here to selection, it has the descriptions for this set piece. I'm going to mark here that it was a free kick delivered into the box. Here is the relevance. This button here will help us identify the clips later so we can filter them in case we want to export or do some editing. This here is the relevance. It will define the highlight on the timeline. Or if we change the view mode here, it will also show the diameter. So if I set a slightly higher relevance, you'll notice that the diameter here will increase. So when we have several selected actions, each one of these buttons here creates a new timeline for me to analyze. The relevance will help us a lot later when filtering, clicking, and navigating through the clips. And here I can also adjust the cut, doing a finer tuning of the beginning and also the end, exactly where I want, in case I want to export it or send it to editing. If I want to add any note to this play, I'll write it here in this field. If I marked it wrong, I can delete this cut right here. And I can also mark it here for editing and export, in case this is already a standout play. But I can also do that later while navigating through the clips. From the moment I select it, if I click here on Edit Selected, it will send us here to the editing screen. Another way to mark an event, here, I have an Arsenal buildup. I'm going to play it and press the keyboard shortcut. Look, a long build-up attempt, but the team ends up losing possession of the ball. So I can press F5 here, which is the option for Arsenal's build-up, and it will already register the event for us here. And then I can customize it if I want. The team ended up losing possession of the ball, lower relevance, and done. It's already selected here. The play is already marked. Now, there is also that second option. If I go here to Settings, we can change here to Precision Mode. I'm going to save my selection. And now what will happen is that I won't just mark the end of the event anymore. I'll mark the beginning and the end. For example, if I want to mark a PSG positional attack here, I'll press the F2 option here, or click this button, and it will start registering for us here. I'm going to press play, and after the play finishes, I'll press it again here, once more at the end. Now the play has finished. I can simply press the button or press F2 here on my keyboard. If I want to cancel it, it won't register anything, but I'm going to register this F2 action. And then the process is the same. This window will open. You can add here the infiltration attempt, set the relevance of that attack, and also do the fine-tuning here, in case you want to adjust the beginning and the end of the play so it's ready for your editing or your export. After marking the actions here from the game, you'll have several timelines here according to the keyboard shortcuts you used. And you can select the clips here and play these clips, set them to open. It will play here what you registered from the beginning to the end. You can also right-click here and select or deselect in case you want to export or edit. Here, in my selection, you can see that I already have 30 selected clips that I want to mark for editing and also for export. I can simply mark them for export and go straight here, in case I don't want to draw on these clips. It will already mark all the selected ones for us here. You can reorder them, move them up, move them down, change the order here of the export clips. You can create different types, right? Playlists, remove some, add others, make the selection you want, and export. And for the export, you can export it either as a single video. It will join all the videos together or as separate files. And here you have all the settings for resolution, frames per second, all of this here to make it easier to export the way you want. I'll go back here to analysis because I can also send these clips that I selected to my editing in case I want to draw on the clips and add overlays. And to do that, I just need to click this button here. I'll create a name here for my folder. It will create the folder for us here, ready for editing. Here on my right, I have the cuts I selected for editing, all 30 selected clips. I can click here and edit them one by one. In the next tutorials, we're going to show how to do the video editing, how to add the elements here, how to use auto tracking so the elements follow the players. But this is how we transform the analysis of a full video into selected cuts, organize it, send it to editing, and also send it straight to export. I'll see you in the next video.